Hello, Capricorn. How are you? Welcome. I hope you're doing very well. Capri, let's see what your energy is like right now, so that you can use them to your advantage and be able to see a situation from a new point of view. This reading is general. Take what resonates with you. If not, disregard the message. And it applies to everyone with Sun, Rising, Moon, or Venus in the sign of Capricorn. Capri, if you need a personal consultation with me, you can write to the email shown on the screen and I will send you all the information that you need. Attention, 3 phone lines have been activated so you can contact a tarot service 24 hours a day. You will be able to communicate with my team of tarot readers who will be answering all your questions instantly. Finally, I wanted to share with you that the channel membership feature has been activated so you can join this community and enjoy great benefits like early access to horoscopes, videos, and forecasts, polls, photos, and status updates, unique badges and chats. We're also going to be adding that everyone who becomes a channel member will be entered into a monthly raffle. There will be monthly raffles so you can get a chance to have personal consultations with me, obviously free of charge. All right, let's channel a message for the sign of Capricorn. Capri, we begin with the 4 of Pentacles. We have the Moon, the Page of Wands, and the 4 of Wands. Capricorn? I feel like there's an evolving energy, Capri, because sometimes I feel this is like when you're in your comfort zone, right? Withdrawn, it sees you there kind of pulled inward, right? It could be something introspective. But in some cases, it has to do with that famous comfort zone, the comfort zone. I'm fine here. I feel what? Safe. I cling to what's safe. I cling to my past too, to what's familiar, to what I know, to the patterns, because I feel stable with everything I have. So I cling to people, to circumstances, to objects. They can be objects from the past, familiar objects that have a history. What's the problem? When what's comfortable starts to become uncomfortable, that's a sign. And I get the feeling that right now, Capri, there's something like that going on, right? This is like when you're at home, for example, right? In your house, the house you've lived in for many years, you've always been comfortable. But suddenly you start to feel strange. You start to feel weird, right? I don't feel as comfortable as I used to. I move things around and sometimes things break, things that catch my attention, right? Especially things that have to do with family, with the past, with things that have history, that carry an important emotional weight. Sometimes places kind of tell us, well, the cycle is over. Capri, move out if you can, right? Or I'm just saying it as an example. But I feel like there's a sense that what was giving you stability before, it isn't doing that anymore. It's like it creates uncertainty or it creates discomfort. What's the answer to all of this? Liberation. Maybe what the energy is saying, Capri, is let's let go of the past. Let's stop clinging to what's safe. Let's embrace change and move toward liberation. Let's move forward toward a new direction. This can happen in various areas of your life. For example, it can also happen at work, in a job that has given you financial stability for a long time. The job starts to feel strange, like I don't feel the same as before. I feel weird. I feel kind of withdrawn, confused. I'm unsure if there's growth or potential here. All of a sudden, they're signs from your subconscious. They're also signs that are motivating you to try something new. change direction, try new things, new techniques, a creative project, start moving in different directions and down different paths. But there's also a need here to explore, a need to try, to experience something new, to get out. Your instinct is asking for growth. Your instinct is asking for something new, stimulation, freedom as well, to free yourself from attachments. That's why the energy is closely tied to letting go of what you may have resisted letting go of or changing. Something may be very familiar, right? That's now very familiar, meaning its cycle is complete. This house has already run its course. There's already a lot of history. There's already a lot of energetic baggage. I want to live in a new house to create a new home. This job, the project. So I feel like that sense of freedom is going to give you a kind of pleasure, a feeling of, wow, I feel so free, So I can be myself, I can be different, to also enjoy life in a different way and grow in a new area of your life. Don't let the past confuse you. I always feel like the past will try to hold us back, saying we're safe here. What's the need to break away from this security? And the need is growth. It's a new phase unfolding. Right now, you're closing yourself off a lot. Capricorn, let's see where all this goes. You have here the Hermit, the Eight of Pentacles, the Hanged Man, Two of Swords, a situation, pay attention, very connected to work and creative projects, Capricorn. We have talked perhaps about a job that has already run its course, a project that has run its course. Take your time. There's an energy here. There's no energy for making quick and impulsive decisions. This isn't about letting go just for the sake of it, about ending, something just to end it. No. The idea of letting go is there. But I feel like you want to do things differently. Either I want to let go or close something, but do things right. If I'm going to leave a job or a project, I want to have another project lined up. I'm not going to be left with nothing. That's why I say it's not about letting go just to let go. I become rebellious because of the past. So I feel like you want to do things differently, like calculated, studied, right? Without rushing to make decisions step by step. So, question things. Maybe this is a process where at first you'll be reflecting a lot and above all, questioning. Questioning the progress you've made over the years in your work. Questioning the progress you're making in your project, in your work. What results this dedication is giving you, this routine you're following every day. Is the time investment in line with the economic results or personal progress you're achieving? So it's like a moment of review, a moment of inner reflection. While I stop for a moment, I pause. It's a moment to take a break, not to keep moving forward at all costs, but to slow down. I slow down for a moment and sit down. I give myself a hug. I look inward. What is it that I want to end? Why do I want to do it? What is the deeper reason? Do I want another life? Do I want something new? Am I tired of the past? Do I want to grow, develop, get out of my comfort zone? Do I want to break away from salaried employment and become financially independent? There may be other goals that start to appear, but the important thing is to take your time to make the decision. I feel that it's a decision that at first can be hard to recognize that you need to do it. Sometimes the mind can defend itself here, again, right, from the unknown, because sometimes it sees it as a threat. I don't allow myself to make the decision because it can be very difficult, very complex. I don't want to lose this security that I have created. That's why I say don't let your subconscious confuse you and make you close yourself off to opportunities for growth. Because, of course, here, you have to let go. You have to release something that has already served its purpose. But why? To make space for something else? Or something much bigger can come into your life and you can move forward from there? Okay? Good. Let's see what else we have. I'm telling you, Capricorn. Temperance. Science, right? That's why I see a non-impulsive energy. Doing things right, calmly, taking your time, going with the flow, questioning, thinking about every step, right? Without rushing. Making decisions wisely. Not going to extremes. That's why I say it's not about rebellion, about cutting things off completely, breaking with the past, right? Making a smooth transition between stages. And the other one, Capricorn. You have the Seven of Cups here, you have the Hierophant. That's why, the Fool. There's no doubt that you are starting to enter a new stage in your work or a new project. It's not just about work in terms of making money, it could also be a life project. Okay? And yes, we see this energy of giving yourself time, step by step, little by little, wanting to do things right, giving it importance, having enough to be able to take that step, not rushing to make decisions, and making a proper transition from one stage to another, of choosing, because that's exactly what it's about, right? Choosing what has been useful to you from your past. Which options or what things you've done have been useful to you? Because not everything should be discarded, you know? Not everything should be discarded. There are things that have worked, and we're going to take them. Maybe the things that haven't worked, we're going to leave them behind. They've served their purpose, we're going to leave them behind. So there's kind of a selection process. Which things from that past have added value to you? That's why I say it's not about burning that past, but about selecting the best of it. What benefits you? What brings you something positive? What brings you something healthy, something constructive? So you can move forward in this new stage, right? In this transition and on this bridge toward what's new. Then, little by little, new things will start to appear, new experiences, but they will show up as you move forward. But one of the first steps is to move forward with a light backpack, not full of burdens. It's not about carrying all your past into that new stage, into that new future. That's why I say it's with wisdom, with patience, with calmness, knowing how to choose what's good for you at this moment, from what is no longer useful, from what confuses you, from what takes you away from your goals or your projects, and focus only on that. Let's see what we have, Capricorn, in the Oracle. Egyptian Oracle. Let's go with your advice or message, Capricorn. For this moment, Capricorn, Capricorn. Let's take this one, Capricorn. Wow, you have the Magician. Sun in Leo. So much creativity, so much creative power with this card, right? There's no doubt that you are at a great moment of decision, a great moment to decide to start something. It's like, I have enough power. I have the tools. Everything is conspiring in your favor so that you can make that decision at the beginning of this new stage, that new job, that new project, right? Your vision is very strong, as is your intuition. It's just about believing in yourself, in your possibilities, and in your potential, that you'll be able to manifest it. Dear Capricorn, this is what we've seen for all of you regarding the overall energy available to you. Have a beautiful day, and I'll see you here next time. Capricorn.